A night spent staring into strangers' eyes. My friend Moreno called me and asked if I would have been up for a gig with him and another artist. A flash portrait session in the National Museum during the long nights of museums. I said yes right away, without even trying to picture the situation in my head and before allowing my mind to come up with excuses. The day arrives, or shall I say the evening, and I find myself with two fellow artists in a room behind a long table, spotlight and a camera pointing at us. This is the concept. People would come and go, sit in front of us, and we would produce flash portraits at a rate of 1 every 3 to 5 minutes. Paper and pencils are carefully positioned on the table, ready for a battle. As soon as the doors are open and the long night officially starts, a stream of people starts to arrive and queue in front of us. It's awkward at first, and it takes a couple of portraits to get comfortable with the situation. A new face emerges from the shadow, a shy smile while they take a seat. And here we go. Silently staring at each other, I focus on the facial features, while my pencil moves frantically and I occasionally remind myself to smile, not to scare my model away with my over-concentrated look. It's like a speed date, and the moment I start to get comfortable with the person in front of me, it's time to hand out the portrait and say goodbye. Next, swimming in people's eyes and tracing lines of their features, it's quite meditative once the pressure of the live camera goes away. In a few minutes and with two colored pencils, I had the impression of getting closer to their worlds, sharing a little bit of their day and getting a taste of their perspective. While I was running that marathon and meeting a new face every 4 minutes, a thought suddenly crossed my mind. I love sketching people, and I usually try to secretly capture humans in my sketchbook when I'm traveling, commuting, or sitting at a cafe. This time, for the first time, they are looking straight at me, staying relatively still, and they agree to have a portrait done. Pressure apart, that's the ideal situation. In public transport and in everyday busy city life, our gaze is often captured by screens, lower to our hands, our eyes seldom meeting one another's. My sketchbooks became incredibly boring since everyone in the trains has the same pose and repetitive prop. The night at the museum refreshed my appetite for random human connection and brief encounters with strangers. The hours flew by so fast, and I truly enjoyed the sudden silent intimacy created by a piece of paper and a pencil following lines. This is my sign to embrace even more the creative flow, stepping out of my comfort zone, and maybe approaching a stranger sitting in front of me on the train next time I'm commuting, asking to draw a portrait of them.